Her husband had the fools on his heart too. The blind was leading the blind straight into the ditch. Read on.
And Peter answered unto her, Tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. And she said, Yea, for so much.
Now he went and asked, same. He said, man, did you sell that land for this much? She said, yeah, I sold it for that much. Peter looked at her like, you damn fool. You don't even know what happened. And you don't know what's finna happen to you either. Read.
Then Peter said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord?
Both of them agreed to tempt the Spirit of the Lord, man. Same Cain spirit. Same Cain spirit that got them, that got them put in the grave, man. Read.
Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door.
Now, the same people buried your husband, they standing right there at the door. They just looking like, hey, up, another one finna drop.
We got another one, y'all.
Read.
And shall carry thee out.
They shall carry thee out. Read.
Then fell she down straightway at his feet.
Now, say she fell straightway at his feet. Read.
And yielded up the ghost.
And she died on the spot too. Praying, tempting the Lord thy God. Read.
And the young men came in and found her dead. And carrying her forth, buried her by her husband.
Wound up and took on out with her husband. There you go. They was standing at the door just looking like, shoot. Peter said, hey man, y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all come right back here. When she come back, we're going to see what else going to happen. Read.
And great fear came upon all the church, and upon as many as heard these things.
Now, great fear came upon as many as heard these things, man. I mean, we can laugh, we joke about it, because it's kind of crazy why she did it, man. It's kind of crazy why he did it, but hey, it wasn't no joke to the ones that dropped dead right there on the spot, man. It got real. Things got real. Well, guess what, man? When we out there saving, we out there, we in the congregation had to rebuke somebody, or we out on the street trying to rebuking them spirits. Man, listen, man, somebody gave that ghost up right there, man. I don't care who you is or how you look at it, man. If you ain't never seen nobody die, it's gonna do something to you. It's gonna do something to you. If you ain't never seen nobody die right here in front of you, it'll do something to you. A lot of people ain't never seen nobody die. A lot of people say they thugs and they tough. A lot of people ain't never seen nobody get shot, stabbed, none of that stuff, man. But they be one of the toughest people that you ever seen. But when the action time come, oh, I can't take it. And too many tender brothers. They is tender. It's a lot of times when the action started, be some of these sisters more tougher than the men. You can cut on Facebook right now where these sisters be in there boxing like a mug, like that. Sisters be in there boxing. Sisters better shake that mess. They be in there, they be boxing, they pull knives out, guns and everything else, be ready to go. Let's go over to Isaiah chapter 53. Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 1.
Sometimes the Lord gotta give you that spirit tactic, man.
You got to.
Same way how he did them children. Them children being disobedient. They come and say, stone them right there. And little Joe, Jose ain't got no time no more. Be talking about, well, I didn't mean it. Got other children like, hey, mama, I love you, man. What you need me to do? Clean the room? What? Mow the lawn? Got some scissors? That's how the Most High, that's how he do sometimes to you, man. That's tough.
Read it up.
Isaiah chapter 53 verse 1. Who hath believed our report?
It's the same thing what Peter was trying to explain to you. Who have believed our report? Same thing we pleading to the congregation. Same thing we pleading to all Israel. Who have believed our report? When we come out with this Bible and we say what the Lord say, sometimes people be offended by what God say. Matter of fact, they ain't offended what we say. It's what God say. That's the offense. It's coming when it come out the Bible. Guess what? If you in this truth, you should be loved to get rebuked when it's time to get rebuked. Just like you love to get showered when it's time to be good and everything be good, you should love to get rebuked when it's time to be rebuked.
That's right.
That's the chastisement of the Lord. You ready for to be rebuked with His words, and we come out with the words, and in the judgment that we come right here. Then for the Most High put judgment on you, because the judgment Most High put on you, you can't put up, because nobody can deliver out His hands. Nobody. You can try it. The toughest man that ever walked this earth. And when he met the Most High, this is what it was. Hey, that's just what it is. Read that from the top again,
Isaiah 53:1.
Mm-hmm.
Who has believed our
It
report?
said, who have believed our report? Read.
And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed?
Now, who is the arm of the Lord revealed? I think he just gonna give it to what's it called? Janky Bob. That's what we used to be, Janky Bob. We used to be throwing back Nate. We used to be them people. The same thug people and the harlots that we was in the world. Well, guess what? The Most High raised us up and showed us who we are. Now we trying to show the world who they are. He said, "Who has believed our report, man?" This is going into Christ, man. Read.
Verse 2. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant.
So when you read, when you see even the smallest part of this, if you can't see Christ in the Old Testament, man. It's a lot of time people can't see it because of the charity that they bring forth. You don't see them people. A lot of times you don't see people doctrine. They don't go out and give that doctrine out to the people. They'll sit on Facebook all day long, cut the comments off. Go on YouTube, cut the comments off, and they'll put all kinds of stuff out there, but they don't want to combat nobody. That's to let you know that the kind of spirit that they working in. When you cutting off the comments and you ain't got no combat, you don't look here, man. We contending for the faith, man. We contending for the faith. We putting our charity out on the front line, showing them, look, Christ is all over the Bible. He's the Word of God. So why wouldn't he want? Why wouldn't he be from the front to the back of the Bible? We put ours on the line, man. That's our fervent charity to the Most High, to show the Most High who his son is, that he's the king and that we have a God. Read.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire.
So guess what? Your house shall have no beauty that you desire. But I bet you when he got to talking and you got to see no miracles, like, dang, it's okay. Yeah. You better believe that report then. Read.
He is despised and rejected of men.
He is despised and rejected of men. Because they don't compare against Moses or against Paul or against Peter. They got a problem with Christ. That's what they got a problem with. They ain't got a problem with King David. They got a problem with Christ. Read.
He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrow, and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
And guess what? He was despised. The world hated him, and there's a lot of other people, and they esteemed him. Yahweh shall not, man. Read.
Surely he had borne our griefs.
He did what?
Surely he had borne our griefs.
That's his fervent charity, man. He borne our griefs. He put all our griefs on his back, man. He laid it on the shoulder, man. He laid his life on the line for us, man. That is the king's fervent charity, man, to us for Israel, man. Read.
Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God and afflicted.
But he was smitten of God. He was smitten of God and afflicted, man. If people don't understand that Christ is in the Old Testament, I can't see how they can't see that, man. But you know what? The Most High has stopped their ears if they can't hear it, and they ain't got eyes that they cannot see, man. Read.
But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with his stripes we are healed.
He said, with his stripes we are healed. This is Christ, man. He landed all on line for our people, man, for our nation, man. But watch this, though. Drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him.
Read that over again.
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise
it's
him.
Still, yet it pleased the Most High to bruise him, man. It pleased the Most High to bruise him. Because the Lord said, who I love it, I do what?
Chasten.
I chasten. He said it pleased the Most High to bruise him, man. Because the Lord said, hey, you want to lay it on the line for the nation? Lay it on the line. Christ laid it on the line. The Lord, guess what? The Most High accepted it, man. He accepted that offer, man. He was the ultimate sacrifice for our nation of people, man. The fervent charity has to run deep within our nation, man. We ain't got it. We ain't just got it through the skin and through the hair. We got it in our bloodlines, man. The fervent charity has to reach deep, man, within our minds and our hearts, man. As a nation of people, not just in one person or just two people. Guess what, man? The Most High supposed to be over your own household, over your own business. But guess what? A lot of us, we don't put the Most High business over our own business. We feel like, well, I said, or I need to. We got to put the Most High over all our business, man. Read. Verse 10.
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He had put him to grief.
But put him to grief. Read.
When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin.
Christ made his soul an offering for sin, man. Read.
He shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days. And the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand.
Because for him doing it, then guess what? The Most High gave him dominion, rulership over all the world forever. He gonna reign. He gonna reign as the right hand of God forever. He gonna sit instead as the king forever. All nations, all kindred, all tongues gonna be in submission to the Most High God and to His Son, man.
And we ask, brothers, if this not talking about Christ, please put it on the comment board. Who is this talking about? You know, that's one thing that we want to let Old Testament Israelites, like, who is it? You know, like, do you believe the scriptures? Because this is in the Tanakh, the Torah, like how y'all love to talk about. So, who is it? Please leave us a comment. Go ahead,
Come on. Because that's what even the Most High. Matter of fact, jump over Isaiah 41 and 8. Isaiah 41 and 8.
Isaiah chapter 41 verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant.
He said we are what?
Israel, art my servant.
We are God's servants, man. We ain't no man's. We are God's servants. So when we doing our just for the Most High, and we serving the Most High, man. When we doing this for our nation, we doing it for the Most High. When we prophesy against this wicked kingdom, we doing it for the Most High. We ain't doing it for ourselves, man. Sometimes we get caught up in what me, he, she. Look at let it go. Let it go. We are God's servant. And if you getting your own self in the way of being God's servant, God gonna destroy you too. Read.
But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend.
He called Abraham his friend because Abraham did exactly what the Lord told him to do, man. Abraham did what the Lord said to do. That's why he called Abraham his friend, man. What's that? Matter of fact, let's go get it. John 15 and 14. This is where Christ was getting this from. This is the same thing where Christ was getting this from. John 15 and 14. Hold your precept. This was Christ was getting this from right here. John chapter 15. St. John chapter 15 verse 14.
Book of John chapter 15 verse 14. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you.
He said, ye are my friend if you do whatsoever I command you. He commanded Abraham to go to the top of the mountain, to lay his son down, and to sacrifice his son. Guess what? If any man stand up in here can show me that they'll do that to their child right now, man, can't do it. Show me one of you women that's got enough heart that the Most High tells you to go up and go kill your son, your mama, your brother, your sister right here. If you look here, you be over there shaking like a stripper. You over there trembling. It's gonna be trembling like a leaf on the tree. Abraham, he didn't say Abraham was scared. He didn't say Abraham wavered. Abraham went straight to the business. He went straight to the business. He didn't want no games to be played. He said, you are my friend if you do whatsoever I command you. That's what the Lord, he gives straight commandments. He ain't give some commandments that's gonna be in this way, it's gonna be in a little bit over here. No, these are straight commandments.
And then another thing, Abraham had faith. And we all wouldn't be here if we didn't have faith in the Most High God. You can't start trimming your faith and start getting scared in this thing unless you with it, man. You can't one day want to go hard for the Most High, then the next day, but you know what, I'm gonna take the day off. You can't do that thing, man. That's not showing the Most High you got faith, because we got to go all out. That's what Abraham did. Abraham went all out. And the thing about it, the Most High showed him that he was with him. The same way with us. I can't go right here today knowing that the Most High been with me this whole time, and then tomorrow I'll be like, Lord, the Lord gonna take care of this. Then you ain't got no faith, man.
That's right.
That's fake. That's fugazi faith.
Yeah,
Abraham had full faith.
That's right.
And that's the level that we got to get to. All of us know what the Most High has done for us. Don't turn on him now.
That's right.
Don't start wavering now. Because when you was in wickedness and he saved your butt before you even knew that it was really the Most High. Oh, thank you, Lord. Jesus ain't going to do it no more. How many people have did that? Then you in the truth now. And you see this thing real. I'm in this thing, man. The Most High with me. Oh, police, you know what, brothers? I'm going to have to sit this one out. Nah, bro. We ain't doing that up here.
Yep, because guess what? Just like in Jeroboam, when he was leading the people, the Lord said, whoever lapped their water like a dog, send they butt back home. He kept 300 men with him. Going against 20,000. He didn't need all them people, because the Lord said, man, look here, the numbers don't mean nothing. We ain't looking for numbers. The Most High ain't looking for numbers.
No.
But what he is looking for, he's looking for people that's gonna keep his commandment. He's looking for people gonna follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Let me get a precept. You fit?
No, I'm still on it.
Okay.
Read on up. No, I got another point. Go ahead. No, read on up.
Going to that John.
No, we're going back. Isaiah chapter 41.
Book of Isaiah chapter 41 verse 9.
Read verse 8 again.
Verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant. Jacob, whom I have chosen. The seed of Abraham, my friend.
He called Abraham my friend. See, when they were speaking to the scribes and Pharisees, they didn't understand who he was talking about. In the history of what went on in the world, they said they knew they had a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. They didn't know who the friend, what he was talking about. Abraham was his friend because Abraham did whatsoever he commanded Abraham to do. That's why Abraham was his friend, man. Read.
Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant.
We are his what?
Thou art my servant.
We are his servants, man. We are God's servants, man. That's something that we need to get in our mind. We are God's servants, man.
Say it again.
We are God's servants, man. We God's servants.
People out there think that God is their servant. Christ is their servant.
Man.
But we are God's servants.
That's right.
That's tough, man. When people can't, that you expecting the Lord do so much for you and you don't do a dang thing for him.
And if you go back to Hebrews chapter 10 verse 23, let's read that right quick. Let me get back to Ox. Because a lot of times, even like how the captains is reiterating on, man, that thing is deep, man. Read that real quick, Ox.
Book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith.
Hold on right there, Ox. It says our profession. We know in the world, like we say, your profession is what? Something that you're good in. Brothers cut hair, brothers are carpenters, brothers do all of these things. These are y'all professions. Something that y'all very good at. Read it from the top again, Doc.
Verse 23 of Hebrews chapter 10. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering.
Your profession also goes into what? Your job. It's telling you plainly, let us hold fast our job of faith. It's our job to have faith, man. To not waver in this truth, to move full speed ahead. We want to always remember that this is our profession, man. Go ahead, Doc.
for he is faithful that promised.
Because guess what? The Most High God is faithful. You know? So we want to have that try to meet him somewhere in there. We know the Most High God is on a whole nother level, but guess what? We want to have our faith just as high, man. Go ahead, Doc. I'm talking about Captain Gerald. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, my, what you bringing up? Oh, okay.
Bring it out.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Isaiah chapter 41.
Isaiah chapter 41 verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant.
Mm-hmm.
I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away.
He ain't cast us away, man. Even in this captivity, he ain't cast us away. He chastening us. He correcting us. He giving us signs of who he is, by how he weakening the nations in front of us, and everybody else around us can't see it. Our people, our own families can't see how the Most High weakening this world right now. They cannot see it because they ain't got eyes to see. They ain't got ears to hear. They can't hear that. They can't see what the Most High doing. But us in this walk, where we see clearly what the Lord doing. Like I said, the cloud can bring rain and the earth can bring destruction. They still don't know what that means, man. But we know what that means. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. Fear thou not,
Mm-hmm.
for I am with thee.
He said, fear them not, man. When we got to correct, when we got to do whatever the Lord tell us to do, he said, don't fear nothing, man. He said, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Read.
Be not dismayed, for I am thy God.
Mm-hmm.
I will strengthen thee.
He said he would do what?
I will strengthen thee.
We got to lean on the Most High God, man. He said he's going to strengthen us. Read.
Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my
He
righteousness.
said with the right hand, with Yahushua, of his righteousness, because Yahushua is his right hand, and Yahushua is what? Is the word of God. Is his word. He gonna strengthen us with that, man. With the word of God, he gonna strengthen us with this Bible, man. Give me Romans chapter 12, and verse 1.
Book of Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living
We're
sacrifice.
supposed to be presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. So whatever that need to be done, we need to be presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice, man. Because we can't get besides ourselves, man. Man, I don't feel like it. But when you in need, you expect everybody to feel like it. Come on, man, we not to be like that, man. Just the same way how you feel if somebody needed you, same way you need to be feel if you need somebody else, man. The Most High he'll put your head on your left, man.
Say, I'd make a great point on that. Like, if you ever had to call a brother, talk to him, or vent or whatever, your line should be open the same way. It shouldn't be captain's lines open, officer's line open, but we can't call y'all. That ain't fair. We should be able to call each other. Give the same fervent charity that you want. You know what I'm saying?
And even in the brews. Someday y'all gonna be captain of the office too. When you gonna be expecting calls from them soldiers. And they not answering, but it's gonna grieve your spirit. It's gonna vex your spirit. Especially you knowing that you there for any and everybody and they ain't there for you the same way. You don't like that, man. But guess what? We deal with it and keep going. Even though we there, the next person might not be there. That's why we understand about making our body a living sacrifice. When you grow into this truth, the farther and the higher up that you get, the more of a servant you're supposed to come to the people, man. You can't think you're gonna grow in this truth and not be a servant. You're gonna have to learn how to serve first to be able to grow.
That's right.
Read up.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
That's a reasonable service. reasonable service for you to present your body as a living sacrifice. This is reasonable.
It's not hard.
It's really not hard. This is reasonable, man.
You got to be willing.
Exactly. And it's going to touch it too. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to your own worries, man. Your own things that you don't be conformed to this world, man. Read.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
By renewing your mind, because now that you know that your body is a living sacrifice, you can't be caught up in what the worldly things that I got to do this so much over here. No, you got God's business first before your own business. Just like some brothers work all night long, but if you call them brothers, man, in the middle of the daytime, and you know they supposed to be asleep, brothers still answer the phone, man. What's up, Al? You can hear the tiredness in their voice, man. But guess what, brothers getting right up there, man. What's up, man? That's all right, bro, man. I don't need you right now. I'll just hit you up. And sometimes I'm just one of them people. I'll call a person in the middle of the night just to be calling you. I don't want nothing. Nothing. Now I call you. But guess what? In the same token, if any brother call me and they can look at brothers can vouch, I ain't just trying to run the strip on it. Guess what? You call me. Check me out. See if I'm alive.
Try.
And see, you be like, dang, this dude actually go to sleep? Try it. See if it happen like that. But guess what? Same thing. Guess what? I mess with them the same way. Just like they mess with me, I mess with them the same way. Try the spirit by the spirit. We gonna try this thing. Guess what? The Lord said, prove all things.
Let me get a precept out.
Go ahead, Doc.
Give me 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. Because we all got stuff going on in our personal lives, but nothing is going on in our personal life. Trump, I'm going to use another word, supersede the Most High's work.
It don't trump it either.
If you saying that you're a soldier of the Most High God, ain't nothing more important. You're a prophet of the Most High God, a servant of the Most High God. Read that.
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh.
As a what?
As a good soldier of Yahweh.
Nah, brother, I'm just an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. I'm just doing my thing. As a what?
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh.
Man, we are soldiers of Yahweh, man. We ain't just know anybody. We soldiers of Yahweh. Read on.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
We are at spiritual war. And no man is warring entangled himself with the affairs of this life. Because if we soldiers of Yahweh, of the Most High, he gonna take care of all this little bull crap that's going on. If you too busy worrying about that, what the little traps and snares that's set in your way to try to take you away from doing the work, how can you concentrate on the work? Well, hold up. You know what, brothers? I got to deal with this first, and then I'll be... What? No. That can be put on pause. Because if your lights get blew out, your candle get blew out, all that what you was working on and got put on halt. So they prove to you that don't matter in the long run. But what matters in the long run is doing this work. So until brothers can be like, no matter what's going on, when class is gonna go on, the Sabbath going along, if I can't put whatever, I just in my mind can't imagine what's so important.
I can't either. I'm trying to get there.
I don't know what's so important.
Matter of fact, I don't even want to know. That's it. I don't.
But we are in spiritual war right now. We trying to wake the people up, trying to help them get salvation. What's more important than trying to get into the kingdom? Read the rest of that up.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him.
That we may do what up?
That we may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier.
Remember, we didn't choose this. We was chosen. If we in here right now, we was chosen. There's a lot of people out there. They not in here. So we was chose to do this. Understand me? We trying to please him that chose us. How can you please him that chose us if your kids, well, you know, I just got to go deal with my kids first. Man, we in class for 2 hours. Bring them to class.
Yep.
Well, you know, my wife been doing time out, I'll be back. My job said, nope. What the scriptures say? A sinful man would not be reproved, but findeth an excuse. That's all you doing.
Man, cause the thing is, man, we've seen, man, look for years, been around rude. I'm telling you, go work all night long, go to class all day long, go out to the street and teach. Like that, they probably been asleep about 30-some hours. Week after week after week. See brothers do it, man. See brothers stay up all night long because sisters on the phone dealing with stuff. Brothers on the phone dealing with stuff. They ain't got to work all day long. They ain't got to go to class all day long. Then the next night, guess what? All night long, up on the phone again. 40-some hours straight up dealing with people. Putting our lives on the line. And guess what? Some brothers kick back like, oh man, I got, let me go check in and see what my family doing. Yeah, your family be all right. When it comes to the Lord's work, we're not trying to say don't deal with your family.
No,
That's not it.
not at all.
But what we are saying, but when it comes to the Lord work versus your own self, you got to choose which side you on. Because he said, look at, I ready for you to be hot, or he ready for you to be cold. He don't want you to be in the middle. Because guess what? Now you playing with his feelings.
Yep.
You be in the middle. I'm with you one day, then the next day, no, he don't want you to play like that.
One day you at the new moon, Sabbath come, you ain't nowhere to be found.
Come on, man.
Just put him first. Put God first.
Like it ain't that hard. We seeing people do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
When you looking at brothers on them videos, they doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what drove you to come to the truth.
Come.
These brothers are serious. These sisters are serious. Then once you get in it, now you got, well, you know what? It's more than what you thought, huh?
Yeah. Now you tired.
Now you tired. But what you gonna do? You can sleep when you die.
Come on, man.
I sleep when I die.
That's it. Let's go back to Romans chapter 2. Chapter 12, verse 2 right quick to finish that out.
Book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And be not conformed to this world,
Uh-huh.
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
This is the acceptable will of God, man. It's good and perfect. Acceptable will of God, man. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 1.
Look at here. We should not be getting outdone by nobody on this planet on serving the Most High God. Because they ain't even serving the Most High God. You know how them people be in church, and if they was doing the right thing, they'd be 100, because they always in there. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, choir practice. You know what I'm saying? We Israelites. We are the servants of the Most High God. Nobody should not work us.
Start at verse 2. Start at verse 2 out.
13:2.
Yeah, 13:2. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 2. And yeah, you're right. You should be no nation should outdo us with our God.
Especially with the situation we got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
We are trying to get salvation. And we know that this thing is real because we know that the prophecies are real. And we know that the promises is real. And the covenants is real. So therefore, man, we should be taking this thing 100 times more serious than them people that's out there playing, man.
Right. Read that up. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 2.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries, and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing.
Jump up verse 1. We gotta get all that extras, man. We need that, man. Jump up to verse 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become a sounding brass, or a tinkling cymbal.
Man, he said, though I speak as the tongue of men and of angels, I have and have not charity, I'm just like an instrument just playing. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. That's all it sounded like. Just a bunch of huffing and puffing. Yeah. You got nothing but beats. That's it. That's all you make it. A lot, you just, like Jingling said, make a lot of noise. That's it. Yeah, make a lot of noise, make a lot of noise. That's it. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all
He
mystery
said, though he have the gift of prophecy and understand all mystery, read.
and all knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains,
Though he had all faith that he could remove mountains.
and have not charity,
Uh-huh.
I am nothing.
And have not charity, he said, I'm nothing, man. This brother Paul, man, he bringing it heavy, man, right here, man. He bringing it real heavy. He said, man, I could have the gift of prophecy, understanding the mystery, the knowledge. I can understand all of this, man. But if I ain't got charity, I ain't nothing, man. That's us, man, and us giving back to our God, man. It's being a service, man. Read.
And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor,
Mm-hmm.
and though I give my body to be burned,
Uh-huh.
and have not charity, it profited me nothing.
He said, though I bestow all goods to feed the poor. Yeah, we do bestow all goods to feed the poor. And he said, and though I give my body to burn, he give his body as a living sacrifice. He giving his body, he working for the Most High, for this walk, for this truth. Just like us, we giving our bodies to burn. Every Sabbath we come, we hit the curb. Every Sabbath we cut the cameras on. Every Sabbath we go out there and hit them streets. And when we see these fringes on right here, this is making us a living sacrifice for the Lord. Growing our beards out. The women is in order, got their heads covered. They making their bodies a living sacrifice for the Lord. But without all of that, if we not doing that, we not giving charity, we ain't doing nothing, man. Read.
And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profited me nothing.
It profited me nothing. Read.
Charity suffereth long.
Charity gonna suffer long. When brothers and sisters going through things, guess what? The giving of your brothers, the being there for your brothers and sisters, it suffer long, man. Read.
And is kind.
And it's kind. Read.
Charity envieth not.
Charity don't envy nothing. So when brothers and sisters have to give, they feel like something in their spirit, they want to do something for somebody in here. Guess what? That's charity that a brother and sister want to do something for. Because it's just like if I see a brother and I want to give him something, I'm gonna give him something, man. And brothers and sisters shouldn't envy that. That's the love, man. Guess what, man? I know sometimes we feel as if we could go above and beyond, but it's so much stuff we want to do for people, but some people ain't there, man. They just ain't there. They ain't there for you to do it. Cause the reason why they ain't there, because they got so much malice in their heart. They got hatred in their heart. They got envy in their heart. And they got to let that thing go, man. Read up.
Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not.
Mhm.
Charity vaunteth not itself.
Mm-hmm.
It is not puffed
It
up.
is not puffed up. Charity ain't never been puffed up. What's giving? What ain't giving somebody ever been puffed up, man? It ain't never been that, man.
And like our people that's in Christianity, they got to let everybody know they giving something.
Mm.
How many times y'all have seen somebody go to somebody that's homeless, give them some shoes or some food, but it's a photo opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put it on Facebook. Like, you're not doing it for the charity, you doing it for the likes. It's not about the person that you're giving to, it's about you looking good while you doing it. That ain't what charity is.
And when you look at charity, charity is not just giving. Charity is the greatest form of love. Because in verse 3 he said, I gave to the poor. I even gave my body. But where's your love at? Where's your love? What is love? The command. Where's your love towards your brothers and your neighbors and towards everything in the whole? So charity is just not giving.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we got people in Israel, I hate to say it, they do all these things right here. Prophesy in the Lord's name, wear their fringes, got a group, but then they don't want to love other Israelites.
Yeah, for real.
Like, what? You must have missed the scripture right here. You cannot be an Israelite and saying, well, we ain't dealing with them Israelites over there.
Crazy.
Bro, you don't, that's not fervent charity. That's not love.
Okay. let's go back right quick. I need to hit this other point right quick. Go ahead,
Verse 5. Does not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own.
Mm-hmm.
Is not easily provoked.
It's charity is not easily provoked, man. But I'm saying, it didn't say charity can't be provoked. It says not easily provoked. So don't get it twisted. Don't take the meekness for the weakness. They just want to get this thing. Don't get it twisted. It said it's not easily provoked. The love that you got for your people, it ain't easily provoked, man. But don't get it twisted, man.
And that's going into what? Controlling your spirit.
That's
man.
it.
Having self-restraint. A lot of times things not gonna go our way. We always ain't gonna get to say so, or maybe even get a word in sometime. But guess what? You still got to have self-restraint, man. You got to be in control. Like I say, stay in the spirit. Go ahead,
Yeah, go ahead,
Does not behave itself unseemly.
Mm-hmm.
Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked.
Mm-hmm.
Thinketh no evil.
Think it no evil, man. Read.
Rejoiceth not in iniquity.
Mm-hmm.
But rejoiceth in truth. In the truth.
Charity rejoices in the truth, man. Read.
Beareth all things.
Charity beareth all things, man. Read.
Believeth all things.
And it believeth all things, whatever so the Most High God does in His Word, man. Read.
Hopeth all things.
Uh-huh.
Endureth all
And
things.
endureth, charity endureth all things. Jump down to verse 13.
Verse 13. And now abideth faith, hope, charity.
Mhm.
These three. But the greatest of these is charity.
He said about it, hope. And it's just how Christians say, oh, we by faith. But above all that is charity, man. They can have all the faith in the world, man. They ain't got the charity, man. They don't mean nothing, man. He said above all those things, hope and faith and charity above them. He said out of those three, charity is above them. Can't make this up, man. Let's go into the last little spiel with our brother Nehemiah, man. Nehemiah chapter 1, man, right quick.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. One of our brothers spiel Nehemiah, man. Get there.
Hold on, bro. I'm talking this character, man.
Yeah. When you get there, read it out. Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 1.
Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass in the month Chesley, in the 20th,
Chesley.
yeah, Chesley, in the 20th year. Is that what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Chesley?
Yeah, Chesley, you said.
You did good.
Just how I just said. You know, I said
Said Chelsea, but go ahead.
Nah, Chesley. In the 20th year, as I was in Shushan, the palace,
Uh-huh.
that Hanani, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men of Judah,
Mhm.
and I asked them concerning the Jews that had escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem.
Uh-huh.
And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down,
Mhm.
and the gates thereof are burned with fire.
Now, they explaining to Nehemiah how the walls of Judah is broken down and they on fire. So Nehemiah, once he get to hearing this, now his spirit done got vexed. Read on up.
And it came to pass, when I heard these words,
Mhm.
that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days,
Mhm.
and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven.
So after he heard this news, what he did, he fasted and he prayed to the Most High, because that it vexes his spirit sore, man. That we got a temple and we ain't got no walls around it. Jump down to verse 6.
Verse 6. Let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open,
Mhm.
that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now.
Now this is Nehemiah praying to the Most High, And he said, man, he asked the Lord, he said, could you open your ears to my prayer? He said, I'm your servant, man. One of the servants, though. He said, could you hear one of the servants, man? Even Nehemiah knew he was a servant to the Most High. And us in Israel, we forget so fast that we are the servants of the Most High. We forget that thing, man. That's something that we need to get our mindset back into, that we are the servants of the Most High. Read up.
Day and night for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned.
He said he just confessing his sins to the Most High, and he also throwed in there. He said the children of Israel your servants too. He putting the prayer up to the Most High. He said, I'm your servant, and the children of Israel your servants. Even though the Most High know that, but he's telling them that, look, Lord, I'm your servant, man. Look, I got some stuff on my heart I need to be talking to you about. Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11. O Lord, I beseech thee, let now thine ear be attentive to prayer and of thy servant.
He said, now let your...
Of thy servant.
Shalak, yeah. He said, let your ear to be attentive to me, Lord. Now he's going into the Lord, asking the Lord to be attentive to what he's finna say, man. Read.
And to the prayer of thy servants, who desires to fear thy name and prosper, I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man, for I was the king's cupbearer.
Now he telling the Lord. He said, look, he said, grant me something. He said, because he knew he was in captivity. What captivity Nehemiah was in?
Assyrian one.
Write it down in front of y'all books, man. Y'all had that thing, man. Who know what captivity Nehemiah was in? What you got, little bit of night? Yep.
Persian Medes. Persian Medes.
Write that down. Write it down. So even when we ask, y'all see it. Even when y'all reading, y'all see it right there. Persian captivity, 539 BC.
Now, Nehemiah was the cupbearer to the king. That means he was one of the people that was. Now, to be a cupbearer was a higher position, because guess what? He would go serve at the big table, and you would want to give if you was the king or one of them wicked kings, you wouldn't want nobody to come serve you at the table. Hey, mess around, put some poison or something in your food. So they had to be trustworthy to be around the king. You had to be one that was kind of close to the king to be a cupbearer. And that's what Nehemiah was for this king, Xerxes. Read on.
And verse chapter 2. And it came to pass in the month Nisan, in the 20th year of Xerxes the king, that wine was before him. And I took up the wine and gave it unto the king. Now I had not been before times sad in his presence.
See, he said, but he took, now the whole time he was in his captivity, he hadn't been sad before the king. He taking his captivity joyfully. But at this time, after he done heard this news about Jerusalem, now his heart is failed. His heart is heavy. He done prayed to the Most High about it. But sometimes when people got stuff going on, it comes out. And this was one of the times that he was at work, working for the king, and his heart was heavy in front of the king. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Wherefore the king said unto me, why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid.
Now he said, if you ain't, the king asked me, so if you ain't sick, man, why is your countenance sad? Why is you changed? What's wrong with you? But now, when the king said that, now he looking like, man, this man could bring judgment on me, man, for me being like this. Because whatever we take, we in captivity, we supposed to be taking this captivity joyfully. And that's what Nehemiah understood, that he was supposed to be taking his captivity joyfully too. Read up.
Verse 3. And said unto the king, let the king live forever.
Now, but that's one of the things they used to say. Even when you go to Daniel chapter 6 and verse 21, it tell you the same thing, how Daniel did the same thing. He said, "O king, let the king live forever." That's the person being humble themselves in front of the king. Man, Nehemiah could give a damn if the king lived forever. But he was just humbling himself in front of his captors. Humble as a dove, wise as a serpent. Read out.
Perfect example of that.
That's a perfect example.
We know he wasn't harmless.
No, he definitely wasn't harmless. Read on up.
And said unto the king, let the king live forever.
Mhm.
Why should not my countenance be sad when the city, the place of my father's sepulchres,
Mhm.
lieth waste,
Mhm.
and the gates thereof are consumed with fire?
Now he said, man, look, he telling the king why he said it. He said the sepulchres that where his forefathers had in the gates around the city is consumed with fire, man. They done burnt it down, man. He said that's why he was sad. Read on.
The king said unto me, for what dost thou make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven.
He said, man, now the king asked, he said, man, what's your request? So he prayed to the God which is in heaven. Because guess what? Now the king giving him a request, but Nehemiah wanted to make sure he was in good standing, to make sure that he can make the right decision over what he wants. Just like who was granted, but the Most High granted him in that same aspect, King Solomon. He asked, what's your request? Same thing Nehemiah knew about fervent charity for the nation of Israel. And that's why he wanted to make sure that he had his mind right with the Most High. His was in right order. Okay then. But the king, he had already, if you see what we read in verse 11, he had already prayed to the Most High. I mean, chapter 1, verse 11, he already prayed to the Most High. But then he asked him to find favor in front of the king. But then he turned around here, and now what he's doing, after he found favor, now he's taking the next step. Now, Lord, what should I do now? Read on, Doc.
Verse 5, and I said unto the king, if it please the king, and if thy servant have found favor in thy sight, that thou wouldest send me unto Judah, unto the city of my fathers, sepulchres, that I may build it. And the king said unto me, the queen also sitting by him, for how long shall thy journey be?
Now he said, now he asking the king, can he go back to home so I can go on? I need to go back I got some stuff I need to do there, man. So the king asked him, how long you finna be gone? Read on.
And when wilt thou return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time.
And now he set him a time, but if you go into chapter 5, it'll tell you what time, how long he's gonna go. Read on.
Moreover, I said unto the king, if it please the king, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over till I come into Judah. And a letter unto Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the palace, which appertain to the house.
Now he's telling them he wanted full part. He wanted to go back home. He needed to go get timber and everything he needed to get to go build a wall. This is all the stuff that Nehemiah is asking the king to give to him, so he can be able to make sure that he can build the walls around Jerusalem again. Y'all write this precept down. Proverbs 16:7, man. I think I'll read it right quick. Proverbs 16:7. I'm gonna read it out for you. It says, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. When your ways please the Most High, he make your enemies to be at peace with you, man. Read on up when you get a chance.
Start over, verse 8. And a letter unto Asaph the king, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the palace, which appertain to the house, and for the wall of the city, and for the house that I shall enter into. And the king granted me according to the good of the good hand of my God upon me. Then I came to the governors beyond the river, and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent captains of the army and horsemen with me.
Now, the king sent him with a letter. He sent him with captains and armies with him and everything to try to make sure that everything gets squared away, because he found favor in the king's eyes because of the Most High favored Nehemiah, man. He favored Nehemiah because Nehemiah probably was in there doing that work, man, for the king. He was in there busting his butt, doing the right thing. Guess what else he was doing? But he had he had his nation in his mindset. He knew the charity of his nation, man. Read up.
Verse 10, when Sanballat the Oronite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel.
Now they looking. Now they had been profiting. They profit off the children of Israel, and they were looking like, dang, what the hell he doing over here? What is he trying to do? They knew exactly what he was trying to do, but you know what? They was put to shame too though. Read.
So I came to Jerusalem and was there 3 days.
Read.
And I arose in the night, I and some few men with me. Neither told I any man what my God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem. Neither was there any beast with me, save the beast that I rode upon.
Now he didn't bring no big beasts, because a lot of times they use what? They use elephants. They use all these big beasts to help move the stuff around so they can be able to build different stuff. So he didn't show nobody none of his plans or nothing. Harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. He already knew a lot of people is not gonna like for him to build this wall. There's a lot of people even in this walk that's not gonna like for you to use your fervent charity, man. He's not gonna like it. They not gonna like that you put the Most High before them. Hey, the families is not gonna like that you put the Most High in front of them. Your jobs is not gonna like that the Most High put you put the Most High in front of them. They not gonna like it. Some people just not gonna like it. Guess what? Who gonna get mad at the Most High? You ain't saying it to me. But when you saying and you talking that noise, you talking it to the Most High. You not talking it to me. And that's how we all should be in this walk. You're not talking it to me. You talking it to the Lord. You ready to your job or anything else you dealing with, they talking to the Lord, man. Read on.
Verse 13. And I went out by night by the gate of the valley, even before the dragon well.
The dragon well is basically just going into a well that they going into. They used to dip their water out of, but it's right there close to one of the walls in Jerusalem. But it's going to explain it to you when we jump down to verse 15. But read on up.
And to the dung port.
In the dung port, y'all. Dung port, you know what dung is. So hey, that's just what it is. But it's right beside. This is by one of the walls, man. Read.
And viewed the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down, and the gates thereof were consumed with fire.
Now he just went out there to look at the walls that was breached, that was tore down. That's basically what Nehemiah was going to do, checking out the work before he started going to working. Read on.
Then I went on to the gate of the fountain, and to the king's pool, but there was no place for the beast that was under me to pass.
Read.
Then went I up in the night by the brook, and viewed the wall, and turned back.
He looking by the brook. He went over there by the dragon well. That was where the brook was at. Read on. And turned back.
And viewed the wall, and turned back, and entered by the gate of the valley, and so returned.
And he went back in by the dung port. Read.
And when the rulers knew not whither I went, or what I did, neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor to the priests, nor to the nobles, nor to the rulers, nor to the rest that did the work.
Now he didn't tell it to nobody that did the work. Read on. Go on, read, finish it out.
Verse 17. Then said I unto them, Ye see the distress that we are in, how Jerusalem lieth waste, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. Come, and let us build up the wall of Jerusalem, that we be no more a reproach.
Now, they looking now, they ready to go to work now. This is how we should be looking. When we all into this thing, hey man, we knee deep in it, man. There ain't no turning back now. You gonna start drill down, and if you start turning back now, man, it's time to go to work in this walk, man. After we hear the scriptures and we know these classes and we see these classes and we grow in these classes, guess what? Now work time is started, man. There's no turning back, man. We in front line with this thing, man. Verse 18 now.
18. Then I told them of the hand of my God which was good upon me, as also the king's word that he had spoken unto me. And they said, Let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work.
Now, this is what we supposed to be doing in this walk. Strengthening our hands for good work, man. Strengthening our hands for the fervent charity in this work, man. For our God, man. But what it's talking about this more wicked Ammonites and Horonites. Well, now he gonna pop back up on the scene again. Read on up. Verse 19.
But when Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard it, they laughed us to scorn.
Because guess what? Sometimes people see you doing this fervent charity work, they might laugh you to scorn. Some people might mock you because you're doing fervent charity work, man. They just might mock you. This is something that you have to accept, man. Hey, so everybody is not in agreement with this, man. Read.
And despised us, and said, what is this thing that you do? Will you rebel against the king?
Now they looking at us, oh, y'all walk around here, y'all not gonna wear no mask? You gonna rebel against the king? Come on, man, stop playing with us, man. Man, we the children and we the servants of the Most High God, man. We know our role, man. Read.
Verse 20. Then answered I them and said unto them, the God of heaven, he will prosper us.
And the God of heaven gonna prosper as long as we doing God's fervent charity. He gonna prosper as long as we doing the work of the Most High, man. Read.
Then answered I them and said unto them, the God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore we, his servants, will arise and build. But ye have no portion, nor right, nor memorial in Jerusalem.
He said, but you ain't got no portion, no right, no memorial in Jerusalem. That's us in this walk, man. We're gonna keep doing this work, man. We looking for where our strength come from, man. Looking at the east, man. That's why we throw our palms up towards the east, man. Praying to our Most High God that he gonna deliver us as long as we doing his work, man. And with that, we say shalom, man, and bring out the law.
Shalom. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 21. Even going back to what Akdam said, because even King Solomon, he was pulling that out of the law, going back into the vow. That is a law.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 21. When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it.
So if you saying you're going to come and do this work of the Lord, guess what? The Most High expect that. When you get that calling, guess what? You got to answer that call, man. Read on up.
For the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee.
Read that again,
For the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee.
Because he wants you, like you said, when you get that call, you don't want to have come into this truth. You want to come into it with everything that you got, especially for the Most High God and the rebuilding of our nation. Even like Nehemiah said, you see the distress of our people getting shot down constantly. Guess what? Let us build and go out there and teach and do the work of the Lord. Read on up.
And it would be seen in thee.
Read that again,
The Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it will be seen in thee.
And it will be seen in thee if you don't pay that. Hold yourself accountable for that vow, man. That is something heavy right there. Read on up.
But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee.
So, like I said, don't write a cash that you know you can't cash, man. Don't write a check that you know you can't cash, man. Hey, go ahead,
Those is on Facebook, man. Like and share the page. Share the class, and those on YouTube, like and share the class as well, man. And hit the subscribe button, man. Those is give to the GoFundMe, and then I gave into the YouTube page. All praise to the Most High for that, man. The Most High will be using the word, the money according to how the Lord's will, not our own will. And with that, say shalom.